You won't believe how this all started over 2 folding chairs on a porch. Yeah, that happened. Imagine getting a bright orange violation notice slapped on your door, like you'd committed some terrible crime just for having chairs. Not some wild party setup, not a giant inflatable pool, but 2 simple wooden chairs that belong to my wife, Emma. She likes to sit there in the morning, soak up the sun before her long nursing shifts. But for Karen, the HOA president, those chairs were a declaration of war. Let me back up a sec. Karen wasn't your average neighbor. She strutted around like she owned the place, clipboard in hand, phone glued to her ear, sunglasses, hiding eyes that screamed, judge, jury, and executioner. That day, she was snapping photos of our porch like a suburban drill sergeant. When I said morning, she barely noticed. Then she dropped the bomb according to HOA Code 7.4b. Folding chairs weren't permanent or decorative enough. Chaos, she warned. Chaos, just because of 2 chairs. I almost laughed out loud. 2 chairs. But Karen was deadly serious. Threats disguised as polite warnings were her weapon, and trust me, she wielded it well. Fining Mr. Patel for his colorful garden and calling Mrs. Garcia's birdhouse an eyesore. She didn't have to yell. Her policies cut deep. But here's the twist no one saw coming, including Karen. I wasn't just some homeowner at the mercy of her rules. Quietly, over 5 years, I had been buying up properties, piece by piece, through a maze of LLCs and silent deals. By the time Karen was fussing over those chairs, I owned 67% of the neighborhood. Yep, the majority stake and voting power belonged to me. And I hadn't said a word. The very same afternoon, Karen called an emergency HOA meeting. She was speeding things up, probably to push through tighter rules banning wooden furniture without pre-approval. But when I stood up and revealed my ownership, the room froze. I pulled out the documents, deeds, and LLC filings, proof that I controlled the board. Her smirk vanished, replaced by something colder. Panic. Things escalated fast. A forensic audit uncovered Karen's dirty secrets, $50,000 of HOA funds funneled to her nephew's landscaping company for a pool renovation that never happened. Emails where she mocked elderly neighbors. Recordings of her screaming at residents who dared cross her. Photos showing her own house breaking the rules she enforced on everyone else. The neighborhood was waking up. Karen fought back, filing lawsuits, hiring expensive lawyers, even showed up to court in a white suit, like she was the victim. But the evidence was overwhelming. The judge dismissed her case and ordered a full audit, officially ending her reign. What followed was something amazing. Neighbors, who had been silenced for years, began to speak up. The HOA was dissolved. New leadership took over with real transparency. And outdoor furniture was finally welcomed again. It was like breathing fresh air after holding your breath for a decade. But Karen wasn't done. Oh no. Months later, she slipped back in, not with clipboards, but with rumors, anonymous complaints, even vandalism. One night, someone threw a rock through my mailbox. No note, just a message. We're not finished. But this time, the neighborhood stood united. We caught her attempts to divide us, exposed her lies again, and faced down the intimidation. In the end, it all came down to those 2 chairs. They were never just chairs. They were a symbol of control, resistance, and finally, victory. I sat in one on my lawn for hours, letting Karen know I wasn't going anywhere. And the neighborhood changed. We reclaimed our space, our voices, our community. Now, here's where I want to leave you. What do you think? Was Karen just enforcing rules or abusing power? When does community standards cross into control? And how far would you go to stand up for your home? Drop your thoughts below. I'm curious if you'd have done the same, or if those 2 chairs would have broken your spirit. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share because sometimes the smallest things spark the biggest revolutions.